NFL free agency is about 2 weeks away. It's in March 18th, and legal tampering period is like 2-3 days before that. So literally, free agency is right around the corner. And about a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, I dropped my wave one free agents that the Texans should target, and today I'm bringing you my wave two free agents that the Texans should target. But before we get into these players, be sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already. Click that notification bell and be sure to like the video. So let's get into this. Like last time, I'm going to talk about some players first that the Texans should absolutely avoid. And the first one is Josh Norman. Dude's a scrub. I mean, that's all I'm going to say. I've seen some Texans fans, probably a minority, like not too many people want Josh Norman because a lot of people already know that Josh Norman is just not good. But for that small amount of people, trust me, Josh Norman is not good. He's a stone corner. He's slow. He hasn't been good for like 2-3 years. So avoid Josh Norman. Next guy, Vic Beasley. Actually, I've seen a lot of Texans fans saying we should take a chance on Vic Beasley. In my opinion, Vic Beasley is a complete waste of time. The dude just isn't good. Yes, I understand he had like 16.5 sacks like back in 2017 or something like that, but he's not good. He had 16.5 sacks with like 18 pressures, so yeah, he's just not good. Waste of time. Can't stop the run. Isn't a consistent pass rusher. Like, even for like $2, I wouldn't take Vic Beasley. So yeah, I am way more comfortable with going into the season with Duke Ejiofor and Jacob Martin and even Brendan Scarlett than I would be having Vic Beasley out there. Next guy, Xavier Rhodes. The roads have been open since 2018. Rhodes, once upon a time, he was one of my favorite corners in the NFL, but in the NFL, things happen fast. Like, for example, 2 years ago, the Jaguars were coming off a freaking AFC championship game. Where are they now? Dysfunctional, probably about to pick in the top 5 again next year. 2 years ago, Xavier Rhodes was shut down. Now, he sucks. Avoid Xavier Rhodes. Xavier Rhodes is most likely to get cut by the Vikings here pretty soon, so he will become available. But no, Xavier Rhodes is not the guy who he once was. Remember that. Next guy, Trey Waynes, another guy from the Vikings. Trey Waynes is not good. Trey Waynes is the John Ross of corners. He had a good combine, so he went like early in the first round. So yeah, but he's never really been good. Like, straight up, Garyon Condy and Roby are way better than Trey Waynes. Trey Waynes would not be an upgrade. The dude can just run really fast in a straight line. That's it. And the next guy. This was a huge one. I saved this one for last because as of late, a lot of people have been talking about this guy, and that is Sammy Watkins. If you guys follow me on Twitter, if you guys show up to my live streams, you guys know how I feel about Sammy Watkins. The dude is overrated. Don't get me wrong, I used to love Sammy Watkins. I remember back in 2014, I was like, man, I wish the Texans would trade up to get Sammy Watkins. But Sammy Watkins, he just isn't good. And like, some people want to bring him in to replace Fuller. And I'm like, why in the world would you replace an injury-prone wide receiver in Will Fuller with an injury-prone wide receiver in Sammy Watkins? It makes no sense. Not only that, Will Fuller is more talented than Sammy Watkins. He's a better route runner, and he's faster. And if you look at Sammy Watkins, what does Sammy Watkins do well? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. He doesn't have amazing hands like DeAndre Hopkins. He's not freakishly large like, Julio Jones or Kenny Galladay. He doesn't have amazing route running like Keenan Allen or Stephon Diggs. He's not fast like Will Fuller or Tyreek Hill. The dude is average as hell. He's Kenny Stills. Legit, he is Kenny Stills. Like, Kenny Stills is an average receiver. Sammy Watkins is an average receiver. Only difference is Sammy Watkins can't stay healthy. Kenny Stills can. So I am not going to pay Sammy Watkins $10 million a year to come here and do absolutely nothing for this team. And I was going to be some people that are going to say, oh, what about the Clemson connection? Man, D-Hop hasn't played with Sammy Watkins since like 2013. Deshaun Watson never played with Sammy Watkins. There is no Clemson connection. None. So avoid Sammy Watkins because he's not good, not worth the price, always hurt. I just think getting Sammy Watkins would be one of the more moronic things the Texans could do this offseason. And now for some Wave 2 players that the Texans should consider getting. And let's start off with Jordan Phillips, D tackle for the Buffalo Bills. Now, Jordan Phillips, interior pass rushing defensive lineman. We need that. I feel like Jordan Phillips is like really underrated, and he could kind of slide under the radar, but also consider that some of the chips have started to fall. You know, like the Jaguars tagging Yannick Ngakoue and the Chiefs tagging Chris Jones. So some of those big name defensive linemen are off the board already. So maybe Jordan Phillips, there will be more interest in him because there's not many players available anymore because of the franchise tags. Let's talk about franchise tags for a bit. Hate them, they gotta go. But yeah, Jordan Phillips would be someone I would definitely target. I mean, I wouldn't even mind making him my number one priority. He's an upgrade over Reader because he can actually create pressure from the inside, and he's actually a pretty good run defender too. Actually, a really good run defender. I mean, not as good as Reader in terms of run defending, but him being able to push the pocket, get pressure on the quarterback, kind of pushes him over the top and makes him a better player than Reader, a more complete player in my opinion. So Jordan Phillips, definitely a guy you want. Next guy. This guy's a little bit older, but hey man, he produces. And I'm talking about Robert Quinn, edge rusher. He last played in Dallas. I believe Robert Quinn was suspended for like 4 games this season and ended the season with 11 sacks. So yeah, that's a pretty good success rate. And you guys know the Texans need dudes that can create pressure. And if we were to get Robert Quinn, even though he is a little bit older, even though he was drafted on the same draft class with J.J. Watt 2011, they're about the same age, I still wouldn't mind, I guess kicking the tires on this guy because he is not washed. I mean, he had 11 sacks in 12 games last year. The dude can still play. So I'd definitely look at Robert Quinn. Next guy, Jordan Howard, running back. Now, I feel like Jordan Howard was really good in Chicago, and I never understood why Chicago traded him, but I mean, that's Chicago, the same team that took Trubisky over Watson, so, thank the Lord for that. But yeah, Jordan Howard, I thought he was good in Chicago. He didn't really do much in Philly, and he's a free agent now. I wouldn't mind taking a look at Jordan Howard, giving him like, I don't know, $4 or $5 million a year, something cheap for like a couple years, having him come down here and be our power back. He's a younger version of Carlos Hyde, more explosive in my opinion. So yeah, I wouldn't mind taking a look at Jordan Howard. Next guy, Michael Pierce, nose tackle from the Ravens. Now this guy's a straight up tubby, like DJ Reader. Like he eats up blocks, he stops the run. Not so great as a pass rusher, but if the Texans fell to get an interior pass rushing defensive lineman in free agency, then I'd rather them go get Michael Pierce than for them to re-sign DJ Reader, because I think Michael Pierce is probably the next best thing after Reader, and he's going to be so much cheaper. Like I've said before, DJ Reader reportedly, so that means it could be true, could be not, he wants 14 and 15 mil a year. Now, what we know for a fact is that DJ Reader will get more than 10 mil a year because he's good. He's good like that. Top-notch nose tackles get 10 mil a year. So DJ Reader will be definitely getting double digits in the millions. And Michael Pierce won't. He'll get like 6 mil, 5 mil maybe. So I'd rather go look at Michael Pierce if we fail to upgrade from DJ Reader. Get Michael Pierce at a cheaper price and he'll come in with the same production. Keep in mind, guys, DJ Reader, nose tackles like Michael Pierce and DJ Reader, they play like about 60% of snaps. So it is definitely not worth it to pay a nose tackle 12, 13, 14 mil, you know? Next guy, Marcus Golden, edge rusher from the Giants. Now, Golden, I've always liked Marcus Golden. His biggest issue has been health. But when he's healthy, this guy can produce, like double digits type seasons produce. This guy is really good. And like I said with Robert Quinn, like I said in the last video, Yannick Ngakoue, Texans need some sort of pass rush. Preferably for me, a guy on the inside that can rush the passer. But if we can't get that, then I guess upgrade the edge positions. And I think Marcus Golden would fit right in with Jacob Martin, Whitney Merciless, and Duke Ejiofor. And, hopefully kick Brennan Scarlett out of the rotation. Next guy, Philip Dorsett, wide receiver from the Patriots. Now, Philip Dorsett, he's a speedy, fast guy. He can, play outside and be that deep threat, the, Will Fuller of the offense. Obviously, he's not as good as Will Fuller, but I feel like he'd be an adequate backup for Will Fuller when Will Fuller does get hurt. And he's also a punt/kick returner, so 2 birds, 1 stone. Replace DeAndre Carter and get Will Fuller's backup in place. Next guy, Tavon Austin. Now, Tavon Austin, kick returner/punt returner. And I don't really think Tavon Austin can be an adequate Will Fuller backup, but I feel like Tavon Austin can be a nice little gadget player. Like end arounds, line him up at running back, having him the ball. Every now and then he goes deep, plays in the slot. Like, just this nice little gadget player that when you throw out there, the defense has to be aware of where Tavon Austin is. Like, obviously Tavon Austin, he's not an amazing player, but I do think he could be a useful gadget player. And of course, you got to consider kick/punt return duties. We got to upgrade over DeAndre Carter. And even as a receiver or as a gadget player, I feel like in every way Tavon Austin is better than DeAndre Carter. Next guy, Kyler Fackrell, edge rusher from the Packers. Now this is a guy that's definitely flying under the radar. Once upon a time, 2 years ago, Kyler Fackrell had like double-digit sacks. After that, he ain't do much. Why? Well, this season, the Packers brought in 2 new edge rushers. So it kind of like kicked them out of the rotation. So I would definitely take a chance on Kyler Fackrell and see if he can get anything going here in Houston as being, maybe a primary edge rusher. Keep in mind, this guy's young. There's no way he's washed. Maybe he just needs a chance to shine. And him playing with J.J. Watt and Whitney Merciless, the definition of average, maybe he can produce because all the attention's not going to be on him. Maybe he could come in here and get like 7-8 sacks. That's all we're asking. We're not asking for him to be a 20-sack monster 2014 J.J. Watt-esque because, let's be real, who could really do that? Just Watt and Donald. But yeah, we just want a guy who can apply pressure to the quarterback and bring him down. Next guy, Graham Glasgow, right guard from the Lions. Now, you guys know Zach Fulton. He is the weak link on the O-line. Everybody else is fine. Laramie Tunsil, top 5 left tackle in the NFL. Titus Howard was the best rookie offensive lineman. Max Sharping, he was looking good. He's going to be a good player for us. And Nick Martin finally didn't look inconsistent and average at best. So, yeah, Fulton was the definite weak link on this offensive line. Now, I've said it many times. I feel like upgrading over Zach Fulton is more of a luxury, not really a need. Like, you can go into the season with Zach Fulton. Like, having Zach Fulton on your O-line isn't going to break or make your team. But if you have a chance to get Graham Glasgow for like $9 million a year, I feel like he's an upgrade over Zach Fulton. You'd only be paying him like $2 million more than you're paying Zach Fulton. And I think he's an all-around better player. I feel like he's more balanced because when it comes to Zach Fulton, he's a decent pass protector, but a terrible run blocker. Graham Glasgow, he can do both. So I'd definitely take a look at that. If Brandon Sheriff isn't available, which he probably isn't because he's probably going to get tagged, then Graham Glasgow is the next best option in my opinion. And for the last guy, Derek Watt. Derek Watt is a free agent. Look, we got Cullen Gillespie, but why wouldn't we get the best of the Watt brothers? Yeah, you got J.J. Watt. J.J. Watt's okay. And then you got T.J. Watt doing some, cool things over there in Pittsburgh. But Derek Watt is the best Watt of the Watt brothers. And it's not really even close, man. Like, Derek Watt is a monster. He's great. Like, imagine a team with Derek Watt and John Weeks. That's all I'm going to say, dude. That's all I'm going to say. But, yeah, that's all I have for you guys for today. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Comment down below if you guys think I missed any other free agents or someone that you guys personally want. And, yeah, thank you guys for watching. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.